ICT programmes need to deliver clear benefits, and there is a significant focus on being clear what these are at the start of the programme and then making sure they are actually delivered. This model is an introductory model for this area. The ICT model is a small example of where investment in new technology and change needs to make a difference to revenue, cost and customer satisfaction. Enabling these are some more enabling benefits, such as the increase in services available, the speed of key processes, staff capabilities being increased, and delivery risk reduced. On 4 of these outcomes, you can see some benefit measures. Cost reduced, process speed increased, customer satisfaction increased, and revenue increased, but between them cover cost and revenue financial measures and non-financial measures. Details about each of these measures can be viewed and defined in the right-hand side toolbar. Within this model, it is assumed that by increasing customer satisfaction, that customers will be retained and spend more, therefore revenue will increase. For customer satisfaction to increase, then 2 main factors are shown to contribute. These are more services being available and an increase in the speed of the service process. The Infrastructure Programme Initiative contributes directly to increasing services and process speed, but also to staff capabilities being increased due to opportunities to learn and develop, and directly to a reduction in cost. Staff capabilities in existing and new areas are expected to increase not just from the Input Structure Programme, but also from an initiative to provide additional staff training, education and support. This model displays an assumption and requirement, adding an extra level of clarity and context. Here is an assumption shown that with the new ICT and capabilities, that key processes will be performed faster. The requirement that has been captured in this model is for a significant reduction in elapsed time for process A. The Infrastructure Programme Initiative has 3 main stages that will build upon each other. That first to perform some builds and trialling, then an initial rollout, followed by a full rollout and ongoing support. These stages are shown as different qualities on the initiative, and if you click the Show Weights button, then you'll see that even once the new infrastructure has been trialled, then value will be added to the outcomes the initiative contributes to. You can also see the weightings on the links, which indicate the level of contribution from each initiative and outcome to another. This starting model will help you understand these values, and you can see the results of changing them when you go to the Optimise stage. Before we move into the Optimise phase, we will go to the Programme tab, where we can see the details of the programme and the number of phases with durations and descriptions that have been defined. These will be used when we start taking time into account during the Optimise stage, which we will now go to. Within the Optimise function of Realisor, we can create options, define initiative performance for phases for each option, and see a summary of outcome, objective and financial performance. You can see that at each stage within the infrastructure programme that different capabilities are completed, and to have them completed there are some processes and components used. There is data behind each process, which uses the resources defined under the Resources tab. Again, you can alter the days, roles and resource usage on these and see the impact during the Optimise stage. The model therefore houses a variety of elements that you can use, reuse as part of your own programme, or just to learn about Realisor. You can see that there are 4 options that have been created and defined on the left-hand side. A fast option, a steady option, a slow option, and a no change option. You can see that over the phases that each stage of the infrastructure programme will be in place by a certain phase, and a certain level of the staff training, education and support has been assumed to be in place across different phases as well. These differ across each of the options, and it allows us to set up and compare different options. You can also see on this page the financial summary, as well as the flow of value through the outcomes and the values on each of the measures by hovering over the outcomes listed in the middle of the screen. The Option Schedule tab allows you to select an option and view the schedule for it by capability. Hover over this to get information on resource use and cost. Clicking on the Business Case tab gives you a nice summary of net benefits over time for each of the options. When you are happy with the option to deliver, then you can go to the Programme tab and choose your option in the bottom left of the screen. In this instance, we would choose the Steady Delivery option. Now we have set the delivery option to report against, we can track the benefit measures through the Realisation tabs. The Realise function allows you to capture actual against expected data to keep a check on the actual performance against what was expected during planning for both the benefits and the cost. can see the green line on the graph which shows the expected benefits, and we can use the table at the top to enter in actual data, which plots as a purple line on the graph. This data can also be exported and sent out to people who are collecting the actual performance data and then resubmitted for import into Realisor. These are essential screens, along with a number of the reports to be used during performance review. Overall, this model allows you to go through each of the 3 stages using the Realisor free edition and to practice with support from the lessons from the Learning Portal and training videos.